The software passes every test. Then it goes live and payroll runs double, orders vanish, and the whole company grinds to a halt. Not because the code was wrong, but because somewhere along the way, a step got skipped. Building a system that works isn't luck, it's a discipline, a repeatable path from idea to go live. That path has a name, the System Development Lifecycle. In this video, the phases every system should move through, and the one exam point that trips everybody up. Welcome back. Last video, COBIT showed us how the board governs technology. And one of its management domains, BAI, is build, acquire, and implement. Now we go inside that, how a system actually gets built. I'm Professor Lamptey. Here's the plan, what the SDLC is, its phases from planning to maintenance, the 4 ways to flip the switch at go live, and where the auditor fits in. All followed through one system, our company's new mobile app. Let's define it. Write this down. The System Development Lifecycle is a structured phase process for planning, building, and deploying an information system, from the first idea all the way to ongoing maintenance. Think of building a house. You don't start nailing boards together. You plan, you get a blueprint, you build, you inspect, then you move in. Skip the blueprint and the house may collapse. The SDLC is that discipline for software. Each phase in order, each one building on the last. Here's the whole path at a glance. 7 phases our app will travel. Planning. Is this project worth doing? Analysis. What exactly must it do? Design. How will it be built? Development. Write the code. Testing. Prove it works. Implementation. Put it into live use. And operations and maintenance. Run it and improve it over time. Plan, analyze, design, develop, test, implement, maintain. Notice it's a life cycle. Maintenance feeds new needs right back into planning. Let's walk our app through each. Phase 1, planning. We decide whether the app is feasible and worth the investment. A feasibility study looking at cost, benefit, and risk. This ties straight back to the board's governance decision. Phase 2, analysis. We gather requirements, exactly what the app must do. Talk to users, document the needs, define what done looks like. Get this wrong and everything downstream is wrong. The most expensive mistakes are the requirements you missed here. This is where user involvement matters most. Phase 3, design, the blueprint. We design the screens, the database, the reports, and, critically, the controls. This is the moment to build controls in, the input validation, the access rules, the audit trails. It is far cheaper to design a control in now than to bolt it on after go live. This is where the auditor should already be at the table. Phase 4, development. Programmers write the actual code from that blueprint, turning the design for our app into a working program. Phase 5, testing. Prove it works before anyone relies on it. It climbs a ladder. Unit testing checks each piece of code on its own. Integration testing checks that the pieces work together. System testing checks the whole app end to end. And finally, user acceptance testing, UAT, where real users confirm the app actually meets the requirements we set in analysis. That last one is the gate. Until the users accept it, our app does not go live. Phase 6, implementation, go live. And here's the exam's single favorite point. There are 4 ways to convert from the old system to the new one. Parallel. Run the old and new systems side by side for a while, then cut over. The safest because you have a fallback, but the most expensive since you're running 2 systems at once. Direct, also called cutover or big bang. Shut off the old, switch on the new, all at once. The cheapest, but the riskiest, with no safety net. Phased. Roll it out in stages, 1 module at a time. And pilot. Launch in 1 location or 1 group first. Prove it, then roll out everywhere. Memorize the trade-off. Parallel is safest and costliest. Direct is cheapest and riskiest. For our app, a pilot with 1 group of customers or parallel running would be the cautious choice. Phase 7, operations and maintenance. The app is live, and now the real life begins. Fixing bugs, adding features, adapting to new rules. Every one of those changes runs through the change management controls we covered in the ITGC video. And here's the professional thread. The auditor isn't a visitor at the end. They should be involved throughout, especially designing controls in early. And remember segregation of duties. The programmer who built our app must not be the one who moves it into production. Independence, from the very first phase to the last. For the exam, lock in 3 things. 1. Know the phases in order: planning, analysis, design, development, testing, implementation, maintenance, and that requirements and controls are cheapest to get right early. 2. The big one, the 4 conversion methods and their trade-offs. Parallel, safest but costly; direct, cheapest but riskiest; plus phased and pilot. 3. Users and auditors belong in the process throughout, and the developer never controls production. Master the SDLC and you can look at any system project and see instantly whether it's being built on discipline or on luck. 60-second recap. The SDLC is the disciplined, phased path from idea to go live. Plan, analyze, design, develop, test, implement, and maintain. Build the requirements and the controls in early, and at go live, choose your conversion method by weighing risk against cost: parallel, direct, phased, or pilot. If that made the SDLC click, subscribe. Next, we follow the data our new app creates to where it all lives: databases and how information is really stored. I'll see you there.